had been found.
They've got. For instance, during the first level, both sides would only send out their regular ground soldiers. Although we don't know how many Marines are there exactly, it's safe to assume that there are at least 300,000.
Will be what lemon? Second level 11 is
Safe to assume that there are at least 300,000 of them. On the other hand, the real-world army, like the US, for example, has around 1.5 million active soldiers, which would give them an obvious number advantage. Also, look at the weapons the Marines are carrying. Most of
Wait.
which would give them an obvious number advantage. Also, look at the weapons the Marines are carrying. Most of them wield very primitive rifles that pale in comparison to what the Army men are carrying. And there are even some that are only equipped with a sword. Based on all of this, it wouldn't take long for the Army to absolutely annihilate the Marines and clear the first stage. Okay, that was pretty easy, but there are still 4 stages left to cover, and it's soon about to get much tougher for the Army. In the second stage, some higher-ranking Marines like captains, rear admirals, and commodores would be joining the battle as well. Now, when you hear of these ranks, you probably think of really weak Marines like Full Body and Django. And although these two are pretty weak, there are some characters here that would completely change the course of the battle. For example, Kobe is super strong, although he is only a Marine captain, while there are multiple rear admirals with strong devil fruits like Prince Gru and Kujaku. Also, when Smoker was introduced, he was also a captain, so it's still possible that there is even a Logia user or two among these ranks. When the battle starts, most of these higher-ranking Marines won't make much of a difference, but the few stronger ones that we mentioned would literally carry the fight. Prince Gru would be able to take care of big groups of people with his clay abilities, while Kobe could possibly do even more damage with his honesty impact. I mean, just look at the size of this thing. It would wipe out thousands of soldiers in seconds. So, yeah, although they would be severely outnumbered, I believe the Marines would be able to pull this off thanks to their devil fruit abilities and hockey. Instead of getting a few strong people like the Marines, in the second stage, the Army would get access to a ton of tanks and helicopters. With these new weapons, the Army would easily go through regular Marines, eliminating them much quicker than before. With some luck, the Marine soldiers could take down a few choppers, but they would be completely helpless against the tanks, which means that higher-ranking Marines would have to save the day again. But can they do it this time? Well, I believe that Gru and Kobe would be able to easily destroy some tanks using their hockey, but surprisingly, the best person for this job would be Kujaku. You see, her devil fruit allows her to control whoever she whips, but this ability also works on objects. This means that she can easily control tanks and choppers and have them fight against each other, creating a big problem for the Army. The other captains doesn't get overwhelmed, and holding that formation, they should be able to win here. Okay, this battle was already pretty epic, but I can't wait to show you guys what will happen at the end of the video when both sides fight at their full strength. However, before that, let's continue with the Army's third stage, where they'll get access to modern artillery and fighter jets. Now, the best use of the artillery for the Army would be to quickly bomb the battlefield and get rid of all the weaker Marines. This way, the entire Army can focus on defeating captains and rear admirals. Another big problem for Marines here are the fighter jets, because these things fly really high and fast, meaning that someone like Kujaku couldn't reach them. On the ground, she would still try taking control of as many tanks and choppers as possible, but that wouldn't be enough this time. Once the bombing starts, her armament hockey wouldn't be able to keep her going forever, and after a few successful hits, she would be eliminated, just like the regular soldiers. Kobe's hockey is much stronger, so he would be able to sustain many more hits, but merely surviving won't do him any good, as he has no real way of dealing with the jets. The only one who could try doing something is Gru, as he can create this huge clay net to potentially catch some jets in a similar way he caught chunks of Pizarro's hand in the show. However, considering the speed at which these things move, the jets would be able to see him from miles away and evade in time.
Okay. This is my first second. I never level 1 completed. Is this are there any level 1? I don't see any level 1 in completed. How many times completed? 34 level sound finished.
Level 11 is one of the safest levels in the Backrooms. It is devoid of life, meaning there are no entities. However, those who have stayed here for a long time reported feeling like they were being watched or followed. You can escape this level by entering a cramped area. Level 11 is...
Not always that. You can escape with any building. Building that you can see, it can be a level, and enter them, you will be in a different level. What the? We're going to a level later.
I can't find.
What a fair one. Oh. Yeah, there's no one. I guess. But it can be just easier to be. I guess there's no entity, I guess.
Obviously, there's nobody here. Better on my way go by myself.
I cannot do it. You're puppy. This is with a censorship.
What could just happen? I don't know.
At least there was a censorship.
By anybody. Or it's an open place.
This is. Yeah? Yeah? Well, I'm making a video. There's going to be an entity going to appear in station. So when you look at the image, I don't see any entity. It really does a MTCD. It is really MTCD. But maybe this is trying to. Maybe the transaction being hidden, and I think you reached the barrier. But it is met the wall. It is reached the barrier. Oh, it was how to connect. Oh, it was a level before. Maybe it was at the beginning. Level 11.
Damn this car. Hey, wait. I need help.
Oh.
Shit. Why I can't run? Hey, please wait. I need help.
Wait, he just disappeared. Are we going to go to a level now? Yeah, baby. That is kind of too much for me. And there is an entity. Is it a skin stealer? Or the face ring? And the face ring, because face ring actually is a human being who looks like. It's a skin stealer is literally an alien. Are we going to the elevator? The elevator is the same like the safest option to survive, I guess, and this hospital was transitioned since like 2 years ago. It was already What is this level?
What office is this?
Level 4? Now I want to know what is this level from. This is making me, I want to make my own.